What is going on, YouTube? Today we're going to talk about the first appearances and key issues for the greatest day of the week. New Comic Book Day, June the 2nd, 2021. So let's get started. I'm Jimmy Don Kerr, and this is the SmallTown Collectibles YouTube channel. So before we jump into the first appearances and key issues and covers and all the cool books that are coming out this week, want to ask you to hit that subscription button if you're not already subscribed. Turn on that notification bell so that you get notified when I put out new content. Hit that thumbs up button if you like the video, and leave a comment below and let me know what books you're looking at. Are there any books I'm missing? I said it in last week's video. I want this video to be a conversation between myself and the people who watch my channel about new books that are coming out on New Comic Book Day, so that it's informational and we can share that information here and know some good books to pick up. Alright, so let's jump into it. I'm going to switch the order up a little bit this week. I'm going to go into covers first, and then we'll do first appearances, the honorable mention, and then the top 5, okay? So let's jump into our covers. So first cover this week is Nocterra number 4. It's a Jenny Friesen cover. I'm a big Jenny Friesen fan. I'm a big Nocterra fan. Put the two together, you got something that Jimmy likes. So definitely going to pick this one up. I've actually already got it in my card at Midtown Comics. So yeah, Nocterra number 4, the variant Jenny Friesen cover. Then we've got the Star Wars Bounty Hunter series that starts this week. It's a 5-issue series. There's a really cool cover. It's a store exclusive cover, and it's a Virgin variant by Sarah Pacelli. Again, just kind of a cool, the bounty hunter standing up in front of the moon, or kind of like the moon or the sun behind him. I just dig the colors, dig the look, and that's a definite pickup for me. There's also a Crush and Lobo number 1 variant. That's a new book coming out this week. It's a variant cover by Dan Hipp, and it's a full stock card variant, and to qualify to get the book, the store had to order at least 250 copies to qualify for the cover, I guess of the cover A, to get this cover. So it's kind of a cool cover. Maybe one, I looked on Midtown, it's only like $12.99, but I kind of dig the look of it, and I'll probably pick it up. Alright, last but not least on our covers this week is Basilisk. I can't say it. It's Basilisk number 1. Really, really cool variant. The cover B is actually sold out on Midtown already. There is a Virgin cover. It's a 1 in 50. It's by Christian Ward. That is still available. I think it's like $55. So you can definitely pick it up, but I think it's a really cool cover, and I may pull the trigger on it. I'm not one to necessarily buy like the exclusive variants or the ratio variants. I normally just stick with the cover A's and occasionally pick up a cover B, but I kind of dig this cover, and so if it's still there, I may grab it by the time New Comic Book Day rolls around. Alright, so that's it for the covers this week. Just a few there. As you guys know, I'm not a huge cover guy, but there are a few there that I really dig this week. And really not a ton of first appearances this week either. The first one was the Crush and Lobo number 1. You get the first appearance of Katie. That is the girlfriend of Crush. And then you've got Heroes Reborn, American Knights number 1. And there's just, all I could find on this one is there's a possible first appearance of the Saint. So that's Crush and Lobo number 1, first appearance of Katie, girlfriend of Crush, and then Heroes Reborn, American Knights number 1, a potential first appearance of the Saint. Alright, now let's jump into our honorable mention books, and there are 1,000. There's a lot of books coming out this week that look interesting. To me, not all of them can make your top 5 list, so you got to throw some in the honorable mention category. You do have, like Deep Beyond 5, Nocterra number 4, Tankers number 2 from Bad Idea that are out this week. That I'll probably definitely grab. Those are all ongoing series that I'm reading. But then you have, like I said, there's just a huge list here. So let's start from DC. The Conjuring, The Lover, number 1. This is a 5-issue limited series that serves as a tie-in to the film The Conjuring, The Devil Made Me Do It, coming out this June 2021. Then you've got Batman Fortnite, 0 point number 4. Of course, all these have been hot. because of the the Fortnite game tie-in. There's of course I think in this one the code unlocks the Deathstroke glider, and then if you get all 6 codes, and so this will be the 4th one, be 6 books total. If you get this one, it unlocks an armored Batman Zero suit, which is pretty dope. The second printings also have the digital code, so even those are pretty hot. As far as kids getting, my nephew's having a ball with these, and I'm just going to keep buying them. All right, Crime Syndicate number 4. You get the origin of the Emerald Knight. Then you've got Batman: The Adventures Continue, Season 2, number 1. So this is the premiere issue of the 2nd volume of Batman: The Adventure Continues. Then you've got one of my favorite ongoing series right now, which is Suicide Squad number 4. They're still doing the Suicide Squad Teen Titans Academy crossover with Red X. Great read. Mark from Legion of Comics suggested that one to me, and I picked it up and love it. So great read so far. Then you've got Night Force number 0, and this is a title I don't really know much about, but you got your first solo title featuring North Force. And where I kind of found my information said this cover and story of the issue was originally solicited for Savage Dragon number 259, but due to fan response for North Force, Image reworked the format as seen in the cover image. So that's pretty cool if you're a fan of Savage Dragon and this North Force. I don't really read that book, so I don't know much about it, but I think if you're into that, I had to include it in the honorable mentions, right? Then you've got Amazing Spider-Man number 7. You get the reintroduction of Teresa Parker, which is Peter's sister. Then you've got Heroes Reborn out this week. It's issue 5 of a 7-issue series. And then you've also got Heroes Reborn Marvel Double Action number 1. And this is the origin of the Falcon from the Heroes Reborn reality. Then you've got Immortal Hulk number 47. This is the Hulk essentially against the Avengers. You can see it on the cover. He's fighting the Avengers. But this is also, you're kind of coming to the end of Ewing's run here on the Immortal Hulk. It's going to end at issue 50, which makes me sad. I've really enjoyed the Immortal Hulk run, and I hate to see that one end. Ewing's done a phenomenal job, and all the Alex Ross covers, that's, I love it. Then you've got Iron Man Annual number 1. This is where Infinite Destinies event begins. Features Quantum, the first appearance of Miles Morales number 7 in 2019. Features The Assessor, Miles Morales' Spider-Man number 8, 2019. And then the event details, Infinite Destinies is the next chapter in the story of the Infinity Stones and the people with whom they've bonded. So that could be interesting. You kind of got the Infinity Stones kind of taking on their next adventure. Who knows? Could be canon for, the MCU going forward. Then you've got some indies. Moss number 1. A woman contemplates how to use her immense power that she possesses for the greater good of the world, knowing that when she uses it, she will only have 6 months to live. So can you imagine that, knowing you have a superpower and that when you use it, you've only got 6 months to live? I think that sounds kind of cool. So I'll probably definitely give that one a peruse in the comic book store and see if I like it. Then you've got Out of Body number 1. When a man wakes to find his life hanging by a thread, he must use his ability to astral project himself and discover who tried to kill him. I think that sounds cool. Sounds like a neat premise. One I'll probably flip through. And then this last one in the honorable mentions category stayed in my top 5 for a long time. And then I realized that it was only there because it's something that I like. And, all right, I'm just going to read you the description. This is Worst Dudes number 1. A dirty cop, a drugged up backup singer, and an angsty adolescent god. The absolute worst dudes in the galaxy are on the hunt for a missing pop star. So, you've heard me say on here before, sometimes I like just a mindless read. It doesn't have to be deep always for me. Worst Dudes number 1 kind of sounds like that. It'll fit the bill for me. So I'm going to definitely check that one out. Like, that is a must for me to pick up. It's probably going to be stupid, but I'm going to check it out anyway. Because I tend to like mindless stuff like that sometimes. Like I said, I like deep books and things that make you think and, great stories and things like that. And sometimes I just want to be entertained. So Worst Dudes number 1, I'm hoping is going to do that for me this week. So like I said, man, a ton of honorable mention books. There's a lot of stuff out this week. But now it's time to get into our top 5. So number 5 on the list this week, Black Jack Demon number 1. Bent on revenge, a boy travels the American Old West in search of revenge, knowing that the stranger who killed his family isn't just a murderer, but something far more sinister. Sounds cool to me. Guy's looking for the person that killed his family. Something definitely wrong there. And it's in the Old West. I dig it. So Black Jack Demon number 1 is number 5 on the list this week. Number 4 on the list this week, Everfrost number 1. A woman seeking peace gets caught up in a mounting conflict between two warring factions, the Warlords and the Bloom. So I'm definitely going to check that out. The cover A is pretty cool. I really like the way that it looks. I think Lee from Whack Comics maybe talked to the people that were involved in this. And so I'm definitely going to give it a try. I'm pretty sure it's already sold out on Midtown. I'm going to try to pick this one up from my local LCS. A lot of the indie books where I live in Kentucky, we don't have a big market for the indie stuff. It's mainly DC Marvel. So a lot of times I will get my indie stuff at Midtown online. I have an online pull list with them. So it's already sold out on there. So I'm hoping my LCS got one. I'm going to be able to grab it there. So that's number 3 on the list, number 4 on the list, and that's Everfrost, number 1. So number 3 on the list this week is the name that I can't say, and it's Basilisk, number 1. It's a chimera who had escaped her cult-like hive mind, has been charged to hunt down the other 4 of her kind. Think that sounds dope. There's some pretty cool variant covers for this one as well. Number 3 on the list, I'm looking forward to this one this week, and that's Basilisk, number 1. All right, number 2 on the list is The Nice House on the Lake. I've seen some really, really cool variant covers for this one, or exclusive covers. There was one I ordered from Comics Elite. Had this girl kind of coming out of the lake. I don't know, it was dope. I ordered the virgin cover of it. But the premise is the overriding anxieties of the 21st century give a terrifying new face, and it might just be the face of the person you once trusted the most. So that sounds kind of sinister, kind of dire. I'm definitely looking forward to that one, and that's why number 2 is The Nice House on the Lake. All right, now, number 1, and been talking about this book for weeks on this video. We're finally here. The Star Wars War of the Bounty Hunters number 1 is number 1 on my list this week. And I want to tell you why. I love Star Wars, always have. I've never really bought a ton of the comic books, but one of my favorite tales as a kid, I remember very specifically Boba Fett coming and getting Han Solo when he was frozen, right? And this story, it's a 5-issue limited series that explores the events that led up to Boba Fett delivering Han Solo to Jabba the Hutt. You've had the crossover story arc in the Star Wars main series and the Dr. Aphra and the Bounty Hunters. And this story arc will run from June through October. So that's Star Wars War of the Bounty Hunters number 1. And that is number 1 on my list this week. And I am psyched about getting into that story. So, all right, guys, that is the video for this week. I hope you found this informative. And I hope it helped you make some choices on New Comic Book Day here June 2nd. If there's anything I'm missing, be sure to leave a comment down below. Let me know what's out there, any alternative covers. Somebody had mentioned last week in the video that Bitter Root cover, and I ended up picking that up, and that thing shot up in value. It's really cool. So that's the kind of stuff, man. Let's have a conversation in the chat about the new books, and yeah, man, I appreciate you guys watching. A couple of quick things. STC10 over at Street Level Hero LA. Make sure you go use that code. Save you 10% off your order. And then Street Level Hero LA will donate 25% of the overall order to the American Cancer Society for cancer research. Great cause. Still have the hashtag Grow Together video. One of my people still has a few subs to go before we can do the CGC 9.8 Spawn number 7 giveaway. As soon as that happens, though, we'll do that video. I'll put a link for it down in the description below. Guys, remember to like, subscribe, turn on the notification bell, all those good things. Have a great new comic book day. And as I always end these, until next time.